What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion, MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast, or you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
Hey guys, it's Thunder Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble episode 195, Bet on Hate, discussing last night's April 23rd, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, the man of 58,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of All Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan, the one and only Jimmy Macram. How are you doing, good sir?
I look exhausted. I am exhausted.
Yeah,
I'm
you do.
good, relatively speaking. How are you?
I am good. I am doing well. It's been a long week for me, but I am here, and I'm glad to be not talking about too much WWE, even though I know we got to hear your thoughts on everything that was the week that was. But I went like 5 days straight of talking a lot of WWE, so it's been nice the last 2 days to kind of ease back from that, even though I did In the Weeds earlier, where we did have to talk about Dwayne and his response to stuff. But We will talk more about that, but of course, we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Let's drop the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. Hear your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite from New Orleans, Louisiana, and the week that was as well. And of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here. You want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel and what we do with AEWramble every Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, the best AEW Dynamite review in the land. You can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see here. So we always appreciate the support. So, Jimmy, it was a week. It was WrestleMania week. We're going to have a lot to discuss before we do that. We got a couple of comments to highlight here. We got King Potate here in the chat who says, just in time. What's good, THH fam? Good to see you, King Potate. We got Annika joining us today early saying, afternoon, darlings. Bet in hate. Question mark. Really, SP3? No, bet on hate. Because I bet on hate. And I cashed in. She's going to double or nothing. Now I got to go double or nothing on hate. So I'm going to do that. And we got Frantic World in the chat who says, what's up, my good brothers, SP3, Jimmy, and Chad? What's going on? We got Greg Carter II with the same sentiment, saying, what's up, SP3, Jimmy, and Chad? And we got our first super chat donation from the one and only Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander. We'll give you the mic so you can.
Bitch, come on now. Oh my God, Shivani, what the hell is wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with you, Shivani? We got Alexander who says, what a PR week for WWE. First, Triple H says, fans need to stop with the criticism. And now Rock telling Busted Open to stop with the criticism. So I feel like that's the perfect segue to give Jimmy Macram the floor, because we talked a little bit about the WWE PR week because we had a nice laugh about it prior to AEWramble, which was on Friday last week due to the whole schedule turnaround that we had here on the channel for WrestleMania week. But, I mean, they doubled down on it seems a lot of it throughout the weekend, and now The Rock has joined in on things. First, we want to know, Jimmy, your thoughts on the WrestleMania night 1, night 2, your thoughts on the main event, of course, of Cody Rhodes and John Cena, and then we'll get into the Rock stuff. I'll give you the setup for that. But first, your overall WrestleMania thoughts on the shows and the main event.
Okay, WrestleMania overall, night 1 and night 2, pretty mid. I watched about half the matches. So unless the other half were fucking Austin and Brett, I think mid is a fair commentary on things. Obviously, match of the night, to me at the very least, is the women's triple threat, closely followed by the men's triple threat. And then, what will be after that? I guess the fatal four-way.
I was about to say that. I was like, probably Dom for the fatal four-way for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, or Priest and Drew is good too. Everything else, fine.
The first three matches of night 2 was like great. It was on an all-timer pace up until Orton does like the pose, the Joe Hendry pose. That wasn't like a good match. It was just a fun angle and a nice moment for Joe Hendry, but it fit with the WrestleMania theme, and then the show kind of went downhill after that.
Yeah, pretty fast. As far as the main event goes, Cena and Cody. So, listen, Ric Flair was great until 97, 98. How old did that make him? 49, 50. Everybody's not going to be Ric Flair. Cena's done. It's over. It's done. It's over. Like, I watch him bump, and it looks kind of painful. Like, is he okay? So, yeah, that match was slow, plotting, basic, but it's nothing wrong with basic if it's interesting, but this wasn't particularly. And obviously, the lack of The Rock was an issue, though One he probably did on purpose.
Yo, I said, I don't know if you saw my tweet. I said after the Pat McAfee episode, I was like, and then I saw Coach Jonathan Coachman ranted about it. It was basically The Rock, and you know this reference because you're as big of a fan as him as almost I am. It's Kobe Bryant in the 2006 playoffs, Game 7 against the Phoenix Suns, where he only takes one shot in the second half.
The biggest ball hog of his generation doesn't want to shoot the basketball. That's interesting.
Oh, you're not trying to make a statement. No. It's very much that. It's The Rock saying, "I'm gonna make a statement. You needed me, but I'm not gonna be there for you."
It's before I get into a TKO rant, which is well deserved. I want to say this. Last year, despite all their horseshit to the contrary, Triple H, Cody, and their fucking nonsense PR they tried to spin, I don't believe you. I don't believe Cody came to Triple H and said, what we's going to do? And Triple H says, I just don't know. I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. Triple H had Cody win that fucking Rumble. He knew what he was doing when he did it. Cody pointed at Roman. He knew what he was doing when he did it. Cody with the boo-boo face on SmackDown. He knew what he was doing when he did it, and it worked out exactly how they planned. And that promo Triple H cut on that SmackDown afterwards, after the Vegas thing, which was fantastic, by the way, on that SmackDown where everybody thought was good and you hated, and some cycles thought was great. It wasn't. It was fine. When he was mocking The Rock, had no bearing on anything. Triple H and The Rock didn't feud. They didn't mention each other afterwards. That was Triple H letting Dwayne know I won. Nice play. And he thought all was good. And a year later, The Rock said, nice. My turn. My turn now. My turn now. He thrust himself right in the fucking middle of that Cena thing, the biggest heel turn in 20 fucking years. And all of a sudden, he can't do WrestleMania. Great. So now we're 1-1. I hate The Rock at first. Then I remember that fucking promo. It had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You're even now. We're good. So the real people to blame are TKO. No disrespect to The Rock and Triple H, but to call The Rock about low ticket prices, and then your solution is not, maybe we shouldn't charge people fucking 10 grand and their firstborn child to show up to the Elimination Chamber or to fucking WrestleMania. It's their fault. Come on now, don't do that. Don't do that. You greedy cocksuckers. Rock did what he had to do. Not what he had to do. What he wanted to do. And what he wanted to do isn't egregious. If Triple H was booking a better show, no disrespect, you were booking a better show, they wouldn't have called him Rock. Now listen, you shouldn't have to build a fucking 20 grand first row ticket Elimination Chamber show. I'm just saying, if you did, they wouldn't have called The Rock. You spent all this time, the last year at the very least, and the last 2.5 years, insulating yourself from getting fired. You've done everything to make yourself the Dana White of the WWE, and you still don't understand how in danger your fucking job is. Always, because there's fucking psychopaths upstairs. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. They're fucking nuts. They're greedy, soulless machines. Nick Economy first, and as soon as that happens, you need to know your head is on the chopping block. It is what it is. Sorry. That's all. I want to turn to Lefty Larry here.
That was very eloquently said. We should bring up and talk about the Rock on the Pat McAfee show, where he did go into the details of everything. And I know this must have been like the double whammy of Dwayne is saying a whole bunch of nonsense, but he's also confirming a lot of what Dave Meltzer reported on from like October of last year. Dave was the first one who said Rock is not going to be at WrestleMania, is not wrestling at WrestleMania. The whole bad blood thing didn't mean anything. Sean Ross Sapp on Fightful said the same thing. Then he also was they both, Dave and Sean, were the ones who reported that he was called last minute to come in for Elimination Chamber to help the ticket sales, and that he originally wanted Cody to turn heel. And then the plan B was turn John Cena heel, and that's how it all went down. And this was all Rock's whole thing of the soul stealing and everything. And Rock went up on national TV and admitted that this is all true. He literally said, he was like, it's insane. It's insane. I think like people are not focusing on the most insane part. The fact that he admitted that the ticket sales was not doing well and he was called, because that goes against the WWE's whole mantra of this era of we're hotter than we've ever been. We're selling out this place. We're selling out that place. Tickets are flying off the shelves. We're making more money than ever. For him to go on national TV and to admit that, he pressed the nuclear button on this Triple H shit. Like, everybody's focusing on him shitting on Triple H's booking, which you should. Because he said, I love the finish. I love the finish. John make it 17. I just would have finessed it a little bit better. I would have done things a little bit differently to get there. But I inserted myself, and with you sell the soul to Cody, and Cody turning heel and joining me, and the people loved it. That's Rock delusion, because the people did not like that. The people did not want that. That was Rock delusion part. But it was so amazing to watch that interview, because he interwove his own Rock delusions with the truth. It was amazing to watch. It's one of the best interviews I've seen, and one of the greatest PR spins I think I've seen in quite some time, to basically be like, none of this was my fault. It's
You just summed it up. There you go. That's all you did. What did I do? You know I was busy.
I wanted to step back. They called me in, but I said we did the turd, great moment, and then I removed myself. I wanted the spotlight to be on Cody and Cena, Cody and John.
I wanted the spotlight to be. They need to know something. If the next words aren't The Rock, he's lying his ass off. What the fuck? It was fucking it's fucking hysterical. The Rock is I defended him with the Triple H stuff, but I can't defend him for the rest of the shit. The shit is egregious. Like, everything he said afterwards, it's some of the most heinous shit ever. The ticket sales, that might get Rock in actual trouble. Rock, don't forget that you do have a boss. Like, please understand. Be careful, sir. I'm just saying. And him not spoiling that Cody plan is not going to go according to plan. Another title reign, then a heel turns out. Yeah, stop it. But him saying it is still egregious. I'm sorry, I'm so over all of this. Why can't these two disagree on this at least? Why are The Rock and Triple H fucking? They don't agree on anything ever, but they're in line step with destroying kayfabe.
I was like, I literally said that earlier, because then we have to also bring up Dave LaGreca on Busted Open. He's a well-established Cody fan, and he gets into a lot of rants about, he got into a whole rant when Rock tried to steal Cody's spot last year. He's got into rants about Cody throughout the year, and he had a whole rant about the ending of WrestleMania 41 and the Rock not showing up. So Rock must have saw this on Instagram, because he commented on Instagram last night, and he said that, oh dear Dave, this is all a work. You don't basically. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this verbatim. Yes, I gotta read this verbatim, because this is just like, dude, what is up with both of y'all just being like, yo, fuck kayfabe. Fuck all that kayfabe shit. Fuck caring about shit too much. Fuck off to the fans. This is all that we are doing things our way, what we want, and you just eat it and eat it good. He said, "Hi, Dave. The business is a complete work. Always has been, always will be. Every aspect of it, every match, every interview. Please join me, Cody, Cena, Brian, and the rest of us for our creative discussions, so you can expand your perspective. Until then, stop ranting. It's not healthy, my friend. Enjoy the show. Cool. P.S. Tell Bubba I have Grand Marnardi and Hush Puppies for all of us."
Oh my God. Ew, that's worse than I fucking thought. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. He's fucking sensitive to any criticism. You're too high up to be that sensitive.
Both of them. It's amazing how both of them are just think they're so immune to criticism. They're both self-indulgent, egotistical pricks, yet they can see it in each other. They can see it in the other person, but they can't see it in themselves. They're like, I'm the nice guy. I'm a good guy. They both I said the whole thing about night one, because night one pissed me off with Triple H. It pissed me off because he came off of 67-minute Hall of Fame speech to then do the voiceover for the intro of WrestleMania, then start in the ring the whole show of WrestleMania, to then do a whole big entrance for the Hall of Fame where Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart are just standing there like with their fucking dicks in their hand, waving to the fans while this motherfucker does this. And no wonder Bret Hart rolled his eyes in the back of his head when Triple H shook his head. He rolled his fucking eyes because he was like, this self-indulgent prick. But the thing that makes it worse with the both of them is because Vince McMahon, and this is a rarity, I'm going to compliment Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was an egotistical prick, but he was upfront about it. It was basically his character. It is who he is in real life. It is who he is on screen. Triple H wants to be this like all savior. He wants to be the hero. And I'm such a nice guy. Oh, they have to push me to go out there. I don't want to do any of this. They make me start the show. All that. Fuck you, bro. And then Dwayne's worse. Dwayne's even worse because he wants to be a good guy when he's doing shit in Hollywood. He wants to be the good guy when he's doing shit in wrestling. They are both self-indulgent, egotistical pricks of the highest order.
Can you imagine being around one of them as they talk about the other one, saying what you just said?
I say it about the other person. They're like, yeah, I agree. He is like that.
This glory hog, this self-indulgent prick. Fucking just stare at him like. I said I'd comment about Vince. The thing is, Vince didn't have to give a fuck about what anybody thought about him. Fuck the other two do. I hope Triple H got the message. I think he did. Rock might have saved us all because this Raw, he was not bullshitting around. Yeah, sir. You better get to it. You better get fucking to it, sir. I think you did. I don't care how many fucking times you come out to open the show. They'll get rid of your ass like yesterday. Sorry. Please remember that. Please remember. I'm here to help.
You are expendable. Like I said it before. I was like, this is a power struggle right now. And this is probably the most public power struggle we've seen in WWE, maybe in wrestling history. But this is only a power struggle because Rock has other things to do. If Rock didn't have other things to do and he focused 100% on WWE, this is not a power struggle at all. Rock wins.
You don't think so? I don't think
I don't think it's a power struggle. I think Rock wins easily.
Why? I mean, he's the Rock. But why would he push the issue if the company's doing well? I think it's only an issue if the company stops, which I think TKO is going to do by accident. These fucking prices are outrageous. I love that. You see the thing is not doing well. Wouldn't this be like a lightning flash? Like, oh, shit. Maybe that's too much. Scale it back a little bit. Well, you just need more Rock. That's all. No problem solved. You're welcome. Here to help.
You're here to help them. You're here to help.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, man. We got King Potato who says Triple H banks on his relationship with Nick Khan to save him from getting canned. I laughed my fucking ass off. I doubt that because Nick Khan has a much better relationship with The Rock than Triple H.
Triple H has shown even in a year, however fucking long he's been in the business. He understands how politics works. This is, his ego couldn't help it. He had to cut that promo on SmackDown. He could not help himself. That's probably why Rock didn't forget. He might let that shit slide. That's SmackDown shit. I didn't forget. Oh, okay. You still think of that dumb punk kid from 30 years ago? I'll show you. He did.
And this is why he did the whole documentary, the WrestleMania documentary. He first did that. That was the first. He set up his power play for this year's WrestleMania with the documentary. That it took what 4 months from when it was originally supposed to come out because he had to edit it.
He said, "What is this horseshit?" Oh no! I'll take it from here.
Oh no, I saw all of this. I knew this would all happen.
Holy shit! I saw it all unfolded.
I saw it all. I saw the
Go
vision.
Cody
I saw the
Rhodes.
vision, and it was clear.
It's brilliant.
We got a super chat donation here from Alexander Fitzgerald. Once again, thank you so much,
I'm
Alexander,
serious.
for
I'm
the
not going to sit
support.
back and take this fucking shit.
Okay, this Coca is the most common one of these people. What the fuck? Why's he been quiet so long?
Yo, he's just sitting back. He's like, oh, there's a fire over there. Oh, I didn't notice. I'm focused on us. I don't gotta say shit right now. Alexander says, can you imagine when Hogan turned heel, then the following week said, well, I'm gonna give the spotlight to Hall and Nash and Hall. They don't need me. Damn, Rock.
Fucking heinous. I'm sorry. But hey, you know what? I'm letting it slide now. Fuck it. Because even if fucking, I wonder if that was a play by Triple H to have that wet fart of an ending for Cody and Cena, knowing that they blamed The Rock for it. Rock was like, oh, no, absolutely not. Nice try.
He called up Pat. He's like, Pat, I'll be on the show. I'll be on the show on Tuesday.
Can we stop now? I know you two like pissing on each other's legs, but can we stop? You're kind of affecting fucking the company.
This is the biggest dick measuring contest in wrestling history. This is all it is. It's the biggest dick measuring contest ever.
You imagine if they killed the business? That'd be hilarious. You're gonna kill the boom period. We can't fucking stop the beef from 30 years ago.
I'm loving this. I'm sorry. I said it earlier on the Fightful. I'll say it here. I love Damage Control Rock. He's hilarious. He is fucking hilarious. He
doesn't scare you?
Hilarious.
You're seeing a psychopath in real time. Like, sorry, what?
How he, like I said, that interview, how he wove the truth and lies. And he's just like, he's like a magician. He's like,
What the fuck is going on? Sir, none of that happened. It did.
You know, and I wanted to pull myself away.
Like we were all born yesterday. First time seeing The Rock. What?
Oh my God. So good. It's so good. We got another super chat donation here from the good brother Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. This is what they need to play for Rock and Triple H.
Why you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
Chuck Berry says, hey guys, would you hit a guy wearing glasses square in the face? Hey Rock, would you dare lay the smackdown on a man wearing a pacemaker? I actually would not mind seeing that train wreck. LOL.
I could actually see The Rock trying to bait Triple H to hit him. And then Triple H's temper getting the best of him. Hits Rock. Rock's like, great. I'm going to kill this cocksucker. Right. Oh, bop. I thought we were working. What do you want from me? Everything's a work. Triple H dying here is a work.
Oh my God, this is so good. It's so good. It's the best. This is the best storyline in WWE right now. Even after that great Monday Night Raw, the best storyline is the real life power struggle.
Rock sounded like he won't be around for a while, so I'm hoping that's the case. Though to be fair, he was going to be around last year until they called him. And all of a sudden he was free. Except for WrestleMania. I'm busy. I had things to do. They know it wasn't going to be there. All right.
He was like, yeah, it was kind of strange when I saw Travis Scott because I'm like, yeah, they're gonna think here comes the final boss, but I'm not gonna be there.
Oh, that's insane. That's a Rock winking at the camera. Nice try. I see you. Good job. You look like an asshole. Great. We'll both go down the ship.
Big Man Dog says TKO should give Rock's guys one show and Triple H's guys one show and have them try to outdo each other out of spite.
I guarantee if left to the best of the worst devices, that'll be the worst shows ever. Ever.
Yes.
Triple H have a 2-hour match between fucking Johnny Gargano and fucking Cody Rhodes. Or Rock fucking it's horseshit.
It's Rock. Everyone wants to sell their soul to the Rock on his show. Triple H's show is like 15 Judgment Day segments where they're just doing the same plot line over and over again.
Jesus.
Oh my god. This is an amazing time.
Make a phone call, sir.
That's what got us in trouble the first time. He made a phone call. All right. Okay, I think we've done enough. We'll talk, of course, we will talk more about the Rock and Triple H power struggle this Saturday, the True Heel Heat flagship podcast. That's going to be a special call-in episode, so join us live 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time, where you might have the chance to join us on screen to talk all about this power struggle as well as WrestleMania 41. But let's get into last night's AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite took place from New Orleans, Louisiana. What did you think about the crowd last night in NOLA?
They're fine. Solid crowd.
Yeah, I thought it was solid enough. And it was solid enough because we had a hometown native kicking off the show this week as Tony Schiavone welcomed the New Orleans' very own Master P, WCW legend, Master P.
What the fuck?
Coach P introduces the new AEW World Trios Champions, the Ops, to a huge ovation. Samoa Joe, Katsuyori Shibata, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Joe wastes no time in singing "Make 'em Say na 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 na." Master P and the crowd follow as well. He thanks P for everything that he does for the city of New Orleans and the student athletes, and he thanks them for joining them for their AEW World Trios Championship celebration. But this celebration is cut off by the former champions' music, the Death Riders. Marina Shafir is shown walking alone into the arena, but it was all just a distraction for Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta to attack the Ops from behind. Master P was just looking on as his boys were getting jumped, and he was left alone in the ring to go face to face with the AEW World Champion. They have a brief face-off until Joe recovers and he locks on the Coquina clutch, with Master P getting in some cheap shots and laughed a bit. He orders Joe to put Moxley asleep as he has him in the Coquina clutch, with the rest of the Ops fighting back against the Death Riders. The Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada of the Elite come out, and they help out the Death Riders here, hitting Joe with a chair in the back and attacking the Ops. They save Moxley as Master P bails from the ring. Moxley stumbled a bit to his feet, but he had to be pulled away before he got in the face of the EVPs by Marina Shafir, who pulls him away. But before they can have any interaction with the Elite, the music of Swerve Strickland hits. He comes through the crowd with a chain around his neck. As Joe recovers, Strickland hits the ring. The Elite bail up the aisle ray, but the music of Kenny Omega hits, and out comes the AEW International Champion with the steel chair. The Elite scurry away through the crowd as Omega joins Strickland and the Ops in the ring. Excalibur talked about how Team AEW must display a united front, and Samoa Joe gets on the mic as he says that he's going to beat Jon Moxley's ass and choke him out, taking back his, and then he glances at Swerve Strickland, the man that beat him for the AEW World Championship last year. He says he's going to get back his AEW World title. The Ops leave as Omega and Strickland give each other a nod before leaving as well. And it was made official later on in the show. It will be on Wednesday, May 14th, Beach Break, AEW Dynamite is going to be in Chicago, Illinois for the AEW World Championship. The former champion Samoa Joe challenges Jon Moxley. Jimmy, what did you think about this chaotic start to the show with Master P, the Ops, the Death Riders, the Elite, Swerve Strickland, and Kenny Omega?
This was a lot of fucking people for something so mid. I hated fucking all of this. There's no part of this I liked. Not even one. Not even seeing Kenny Omega. First of all, we got Master P. I can't tell if this is a rib on me. This is mocking the WWE or something. If it is, I don't think it quite works that way. I get what you're trying to do. It doesn't really work. Master P has been famous for. And let me be clear. I don't care if he was born in this building. Before you start. He has been famous for forever. Good Lord. Boo. Boo to all this. I don't want to be rude. So I'll just keep it there. I like Master P. He's up there for one of the most interesting people in the world. All-time rapper. He was a wrestling owner. He fucking was in WCW, which is fantastic. He's apparently impressive enough to almost make the NBA. Master P has got the most interesting fucking life ever. That doesn't mean I want to see you in my wrestling. I complained last week about fucking what's his face, that hockey guy. I complain every week when Raw has their fucking 12 celebrity segments. I don't want celebrities in my wrestling. Is that too much to ask for? Unless it's Mike Tyson.
That's fair.
Is this just too much to ask for? Please stop.
That's fair.
Please and thank you.
I appreciate your consistency. I'm more take it by ear. I like some celebrity involvement because I'm a mark for Dennis Rodman in WCW. So if it's good celebrity involvement, I can enjoy it. I found him taking sucker punches at Moxley hilarious. I did laugh at that. I will say I did laugh at that he did nothing. He did nothing until Moxley was yoked up and then he started getting some shots in. That was hilarious to me. And anytime we could make him say nah on TV. I'm sorry, I'm a 90s mark. So that popped me.
All it takes, huh? Fair enough.
All it takes. I don't always get, and at least Master P looks like a rapper that could be involved in wrestling, unlike the guy that was involved in the WrestleMania main event.
You mean one of the fucking top 5 rappers on the fucking planet? Of this current century?
But should he be in a wrestling ring?
At the Chamber, he should have been. That's fantastic. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. I loved it. I loved him smacking. Then I don't know.
Oh no. He was set up. He absolutely was. Poor Travis.
Yeah. Poor Travis.
Go out there. The kids.
I was a supporter of the Chamber. I agree. I was a supporter of the Chamber involvement. It's just WrestleMania main event without The Rock. Yeah. That was when I was like, okay, we may have overused him here. Over embellished.
They're gonna love you. Trust me.
Hey, I heard his merch sold out at the WWE World, so he's winning.
Wrestling fans never heard of Travis Scott. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry.
Davion Washington said Master P went to the Shane O'Mac School of Punches. Yeah, those punches. He was getting those butterbean punches in.
I'm shocked how many you. I mean, that's not true. Most of you are fucking. Some kind of farting when you'd love it, but I'm shocked you loved it. And
I didn't love it. I like the chaotic feel of the segment overall, and I laughed at Master P's involvement. I just laughed.
Does that qualify? If you're laughing at something that's not supposed to be funny, does that qualify?
I thought it was supposed to be funny. Oh man, we need Sota Shaka. We need him to do a live version of MVP's old song. I'm coming. Nobody can stop me. Nobody can hold. That is an all-time theme song.
It is. But I'm gonna pass on Sota Shaka, who was my favorite of No Limit Soldiers, by the way.
I agree. IMAB says Hobbs is a great fit for the Ops. Yeah, we said that last week, talking about just him fitting in the look and aesthetics of it, and it made sense to be a replacement for Hook as well.
Listen to this. Thank you, sir. You just crystallized it for me. Hobbs as a replacement for Hook. It's insanity. It's like Steve Austin.
An upgrade for Hook. An upgrade for Hook.
King of the Ring. It's like, what?
An upgrade for Hook.
Yeah, that's how.
Is that better?
No, it was actually the first time. It's how it fucking should have been the entire time.
Big Man Does says, I'm glad this wasn't on Double or Nothing, to be honest. I am not. The Joe and Moxley match being announced for the May 14th Dynamite Beach Break, because I was like, once it was announced for Beach Break, I was like, oh, God damn it, they're going to do Anarchy in the Arena again.
Oh, certainly. They cannot help themselves. Which I don't mind it if it fits. It doesn't. It does not. You're trying to push this alliance. Jesus fucking Christ. Boo.
And we're going down with Anarchy in the Arena. We're not going up. Like, the first Anarchy in the Arena was amazing. The second one was great. Last year, really good. This is going down the scale. This is not going up the scale. We're not going even close to the first Anarchy in the Arena. So we're only going down. So the best thing you could do is to take a year off and have it come back a year from now when it's a little bit more fresh. Not continue down this path of a yearly traditional matchup. Please, dear God, stop doing
that. What is the obsession with this fucking match? It's a good match. Let's come on. Take it easy. It's not blood and guts.
You know? We got Patrick Bell who said Rodman in WCW was good tier. Yeah, that's like God tier. Rodman in WCW was basically that's the best comparison to use the use of Travis Scott at Elimination Chamber.
Yes. It's the closest. Obviously, the difference between Rodman is 6'7", 6'6". And Travis Scott is small compared to wrestlers. So he's got the swag down. He's very, as he should be. He's also had an interesting life. Banging what's her face? Indeed. Who's the fucking young Kardashian?
Kylie Jenner. Yeah.
Congratulations to you, sir. They almost killed him with that event.
We should bring this up. Chuck Berry says, speaking of celebrities, rest in peace, Steve Mongo McMichael, former Four Horsemen. Steve Mongo McMichael has been dealing with ALS for the last 4 years. He was reportedly in a hospice early on yesterday, and then around 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, Jarrett Payton, his former teammate for the Chicago Bears, announced that he had passed away. Steve Mongo McMichael, he's been like a part of wrestling for like since 1995. I remember him being in LT's corner at WrestleMania 11 before he even showed up on WCW television and did the whole angle with him and I think it was Kevin Green versus the Horsemen at Great American Bash 1996, where he turns on Kevin Green and he joins the Four Horsemen with Deborah McMichael. So, man, he was not that good as WCW Nitro commentator, but once he went into the wrestling form, he wasn't even the best wrestler, but he just fit with the Four Horsemen for some reason to me. He always felt like an enforcer type guy because of his size, because of his credentials. It just worked.
Yeah, I don't know why. You said size and credentials. I did. My guess would be for me, it's because he's the first iteration of the Horseman I saw. I guess this is just how it's supposed to be. This guy with this ponytail. The rest of these killers, sure. What I want to say. What's that fucking Twitter account that used to do like these Mongo things? Fuck, I can't remember.
I forgot. I know what you're talking about. That used to do the Mongo commentating stuff.
Yeah. I
Yo, I used to on True Rewind. That was one of my favorite bits when me and Romeo would watch old Nitros. It's just saying the ridiculous stuff Mongo used to say on commentary. He's one of the so bad it's hilarious commentators of all time.
Oh, he's a fucking blast to watch. Rest in peace, Mongo. That was great.
Oh, WCW Deep Cut, maybe. Yeah, I think that might be it.
Could be. I can't even tell you.
R.I.P. Mongo. We'll talk more about Mongo and our memories of him on True Hill Heat on Saturday as well. But we go next to backstage. Renee Paquette is interviewing one of our favorites, Jimmy, Christian Cage, who is there with Nick Wayne, who won the Ring of Honor Television Championship on Collision last week, being the youngest champion in the company's history. Christian Cage took the title from Nick and says that Renee shouldn't be congratulating him, should be congratulating me. And he's responsible for what Nick has become. The prodigy, he says, we're so proud of you. Cage told Nick that he and Mother Wayne celebrated extensively later that night. Cage says that he says you see what happens when you shut your mouth and listen to him. Good things happen, and he always tells the truth. But Nick Wayne has been getting some balls as of late, as he says, what you see what happens when you stick to the plan and you actually win championships, which got some oohs from the live crowd. Nick went to take back the TV championship, but Christian resisted, and then he put the title on Nick's shoulder himself, saying that he loves his family, and he has proven that as he walks away. Christian is so good. He's so good. He's so good.
This is this was great. That's number one. I don't know where this is going. We know it's not gonna end well. Obviously, wrestling angles don't typically end well. It ends with beef because that's how wrestling works. But I don't know what I want. I gotta be honest. I'm not sold on Nick Wayne. Everybody looks great standing fucking against Christian. Christian's fantastic, and everything he does is really well written. Everybody comes out of it looking pretty good. I don't know how this looks once they start beefing for real. I'm a little concerned. I ain't gonna hold you.
This is one that and it's very rare that I say this because of sometimes Triple H's booking, but this is one that I want them to slow burn on.
Yeah,
this doesn't need to happen like tomorrow or next month. It needs to be like a couple of months from now that we get the official breakup, even though I think they're going to speed run this because they need to probably put Christian back with Edge with Cope before All In to do Edge and Christian versus FTR. But I'm hoping it's not that. It's not the breakup of the patriarchy at the same time. I want Christian to decide to team up with Cope and that be something that triggers something in Nick Wayne and the rest of the patriarchy. Like they're like, this goes against everything that you've told us, that you've taught us this whole time. Like it's more to it brings more of a progression in the patriarch story by him choosing the team with Cope. How would you do Christian's character? Is he slowly turning babyface, or is he staying the same until he gets kicked out? I think he should stay the same. This character is so awesome. I agree. I teamed up with Edge because I need the payday. I've got a family to support. That should be it. You sold me. You sold me. That should be it right there. Oh man, that's great. That's great. We got Alexander who says Cope wanted to team with Christian, but now Christian would beg Cope to team with him. Absolutely. Like fucking what's the Sam Jackson and that Bernie Mac movie? Fuck, what's the name of that movie? Mr. 3000? Is that that? Oh no. You Soul Man. Soul Man? Yes. That should be the bid. This Christian needs the money. And they're just like, no, you're an asshole. I'm not doing this with you. Got a family, goddammit. And Cope's like, go fuck yourself. That works. That works for me. We booked it. All right. So before our opening matchup, Taz informs us that Hook is back in New York recovering, but when the time is right, he'll be back and do what he has to do. And then we go into our opening contest, which is Ricochet going one-on-one with Mark Briscoe. This stems from the $400,000 explosive 8-man tag team matchup. Ricochet's been pissed at everyone, that all the babyfaces that won that matchup, stealing money from him. So we get one-on-one Mark Briscoe against Ricochet here. Lots of stalling early on from Ricochet in the early going, as it was Briscoe who had to get things going with some quick offense. Ricochet at one point goes to the ringside area and he meets up with our boy, Professor Nick Harrison, who is front row at the show because he was getting ball chants and saying that they're chanting that about Professor instead of him. We get a scissor kick through the ropes, connects as Ricochet keeps trying to escape, but both fought on the apron for a bit there. Ricochet hits a pump kick, but Briscoe answers with a cactus jack elbow to the floor. Back inside, Ricochet pulled referee Paul Turner into the pathway, allowing him to drape Briscoe throat first on the top rope and a baseball slide that put him in control throughout the break. This was a great placement for this sign here that said bald. Ricochet took too long mocking the crowd, allowing Briscoe to battle back with a flying forearm. Ricochet blocked a bulldog, but Briscoe put on the brakes and slapped the bald head. They traded a series of pinning attempts before Ricochet hit a Northern Lights into a brainbuster for a 2 count. Again, Ricochet was wasting too much time trash talking as Briscoe caught him with a springboard from a springboard into an exploder for a 2 count. He looked for the J Driller, but Ricochet was able to reverse that. Briscoe settles for a rolling DVD and then a sliding lariat. He goes for the froggy bow, but Ricochet is able to avoid that. He hangs him up on the top rope and hits a springboard 450 for a 2 count. Briscoe cut off Ricochet in the ropes and knocked him to the floor to hit a tope con hero. Back inside, we get a massive lariat that turns Ricochet inside out for a close 2 count. Once again, Briscoe goes for the J Driller, but Ricochet is able to avoid it. He tries to steal a pin with his feet on the rope. Referee Paul Turner sees his feet on the ropes, but still is trying to count. But thankfully for Mark Briscoe, he rolls through into a jackknife pin. 1, 2, 3. Ricochet loses. Surprise lost here by Ricochet. And this was one that I think that Mark Briscoe needed. Like, I was expecting Ricochet fully to win this one, but it was a nice surprise to get a result that I don't expect. And Mark Briscoe desperately needs wins at this point, so he's not just another job guy. There's another person on this show that I'm like, please let him get a significant win soon. We'll get into that later. But Briscoe celebrates his victory here, but Ricochet can't handle it. He cracks him in the ribs with a steel chair and then onto the back. He then pulls out the golden scissors and was about to use it until Kevin Knight sprinted out, another man that stole money from Ricochet. Ricochet tried to attack him in the aisle, but Kevin Knight clocked him with the right hand, knocking the scissors from his hands. Ricochet tried to grab the scissors, but Knight was able to grab it first, and Ricochet bails quickly to the back. Kevin Knight helps out Briscoe in the ring to stand tall to end this post-match segment here. I thought it was a good matchup to start things off. Ricochet and Briscoe worked well together. And like I said, I like anytime Dynamite. I pretty much all the time on Dynamite, I can figure out who's going to win right before the bell even rings. And on this show, this one surprised me. And then the main event was one where I couldn't really tell for sure who was going to win there. So I like the fact we had 2 matches that were like this. That wasn't a foregone conclusion. Jimmy, what did you think about the opening match here?
Agreed on all accounts there, particularly in the I probably would have enjoyed this match more if I felt the way I felt after the match. I was like, I know where this is going. Can we just get to Ricochet doing something stupid and win this match, please and thank you? But no, turns out they're going to give Mark fucking Briscoe the win. Not mad at that at all. Mark is a fantastic watch, and Ricochet has been a really good heel. He's cooled off significantly, but he's still really good. You know what? His Twitter antics don't help. You should probably shut the fuck up. But another rock over here. Please be quiet. Please stop speaking. But this match is really good. I like the chemistry. And it's the first time I had noticed since I was thoroughly disgusted by the opening segment. It's Ian's here. Any question?
Yes. Yes. Commentary was much better on this show than it usually is.
I can't wait to go right back to horseshit next week because whenever Ian does a good job, he gets punished. He's not being featured.
You're too good. We gotta give you the week off.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this is a great start. The actual start, not the chaotic nonsense, we'll call it. I'll meet you halfway. It was chaotic.
Chaotic nonsense. That's a good way to describe it. Yes. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with we got I Make Beats here who says always enjoy Mark. Yeah, he doesn't win much, but he's always entertaining whenever he wrestles.
Indeed. I don't know what you do with him though. He's probably not big enough to. His roster's too crowded for him to go up, but he's too entertaining to go down. It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, I agree. Well, hopefully they figure something out here, especially now that the conglomeration is no more, or everybody's hurt from the conglomeration as well. Next up, we get arguably one of my favorite segments of the night, other than like one big nitpick. We get Tony Schiavone's in the ring, and he's about to introduce his arch nemesis now, FTR. When he was cut off, my boy is back! Stokely Hathaway has returned. The prodigal son has returned. He gave a grand introduction to the most decorated tag team in wrestling, Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, FTR. Hathaway made his way to the ring with FTR, and he gets on the mic and he says that he'll address the elephant in the room. FTR were suspended for accidentally hitting someone and touching Tony Schiavone. He says, let's go through all the misgivings of the AEW roster. He said Darby Allin has lit people on fire. Hangman Adam Page has committed arson. Ricochet has shanked people with scissors. And Jon Moxley has committed acts of terrorism, kidnapping, extortion, and continues walking around AEW unpunished. He said all of this, and I was like, I agree. This is all pretty bad. Hathaway told FTR not to worry. That's why he's here, as he'll have their suspension expunged from their permanent record like they're fucking kids in school. If you want to have a conversation with FTR, you need to have one with Hathaway, who is now the new agent for the greatest team alive today, FTR. Hathaway ordered Schiavone to do his damn job as he reluctantly pointed the mic to Cash Wheeler, who smashed this out the park. He thanked Hathaway for what he's doing for them. Wheeler said last week, Daniel Garcia made his own decision and responsible for what happened. It was 2.0 who wanted to fight out of respect, who wanted to fight them, and they weren't ready to fight FTR. Out of respect to Garcia, he asked them to stop beating up 2.0, and they did. FTR put Garcia and the TNT title first, just like they put Cope first, but it got them nothing in exchange. No more. The fans are going to boo them for that? Harwood said that they have a couple of legends in the house tonight, so they invite the Rock and Roll Express into the ring. Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson to the ring. They get a huge ovation from the crowd. Harwood, when they get into the ring, he says that they are legends who have had some great matches throughout their career. What's their greatest match ever? And he interrupts them immediately. He said, I think it was you versus the Midnight Express. But I'll be honest, the Midnight Express was better than the Rock and Roll Express. Harwood then asks Morton, what happened?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Harwood asks Morton how old they are, and then he cut them off again, saying they look 108 and 109 years old. Harwood asks what their favorite experience was and cut them off again, but Morton wasn't standing for it this time. He says, "You're not going to have us stand up here and be disrespected by you two anymore." Hathaway then interrupted, and he says that he wanted to present them with a gift. And it's a new t-shirt for FTR that says legend, the living legend killers. I love that nickname. That shirt was for Morton. He throws the shirt in Morton's hand, and then FTR quickly attack Gibson and Morton. They lift up Morton and Spike power drive him to the floor. Robert Gibson gets off soft always because Ricky Morton always takes the bumps. It's still like 1988 still with the Rock and Roll Express where Morton has to take the beating. The music of the Paragon hit. Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly make their way down to the ring to make the save as FTR and Hathaway bail through the crowd. It was announced later in the show that it will be FTR versus the Paragons, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong this Saturday, Playoff Palooza AEW Collision following the NBA playoffs. This will be the third matchup between the two. The first two were great this year, so we'll see if they can keep up with that this Saturday on Collision. But I love this new FTR characters. Can I just say that? These disingenuous fucking assholes are just so good in this role. And I like the fact that it's different from their original run in the company as heels, where they were more like badass heels that were just fed up and would beat people up. Now they're a little bit more disingenuous. They start off seeming like they're going to be cool with Cope, and then they turn on him. They start off seeming like they're still cool with Garcia, and then they turn on him. And then here they were starting off cool with the Rock and Roll Express and then immediately turned on them. My only nitpick is that every time we see the Rock and Roll Express, we know their ass is gonna get beat. We know they are not legends that come here for nostalgia and to get a pop and say hi. They always have to get beat up, and we have literally seen them get beat up by FTR in the past. So it's just like, goddamn, could we have used another legend in this position? I don't know, right? But fair enough. I did enjoy FTR's work here, especially Cash Wheeler, and Stokely was awesome. I love the Stokely Hathaway move here with putting them with FTR. It does follow up from Stokely looking at tapes of tag teams all those months ago. It is a complete cop-out, and it's not long-term booking. It's kind of just fell into their lap here with FTR turning heel and them putting them together here. But Stokely Hathaway has gotten the short stick or a tough hand every single time they pair him up with somebody in AEW. Him and Jade Cargo seemed like a great pairing on paper, and it was cut short. The Firm never seemed like a good combination there, but he made the most of that. Him and Willow and Kris Statlander was a gold mine that could have went longer, especially the combination of him and Statlander, and they never gave us a conclusion of that at all. They could have even done something with the whole him and Private Party teases from last year that could have followed up and done something for them. But I hope this is a long-term move for Stokely because he's just too good to be on the sidelines. What did you think?
I know we're not as big on the brand split that we had before with Collision and Dynamite, but if we ever go back to that, I would build Collision around Stokely and FTR. You got a lot of space for a lot of talking, and you got three talkers here. I'm now going to put Cash on that level with Dax and Stokely. Cash is really fucking good. He's, I don't know where the fuck this came from, but he's really fucking good. He sounds the most genuine out of the group. Like he's a regular old guy who happens to be a dickhead and a monster and possibly violent. And he's got the blicky in his car. He is fantastic. And all of this was great, even though I've seen most of it before. From FTR being dicks to Rock and Roll Express getting beat up by FTR. Sure. And then here comes who? Say it again. Who comes out the hell? The Paragon. What the? I can't take these niggas seriously. Just call them Adam Cole and them. Adam Cole and them.
Couldn't have been Undisputed Paragon or something like
Something.
just drop an Undisputed in front of that. Come on, man.
The Paragon. Maybe you're the TNT champion. Who the fuck are you? The Paragon. Anyway, great collision stuff. Not interested, but FTR's heels. Stokely Hathaway wins all around.
He did. You said it to me in our private chat. He did put on some weight. He did. Look
I was like, that's
eating
Stokely.
good.
That is Stokely. Goatee and something different. Oh, hey man, enjoy life. I'm not mad at you.
Enjoy it. He took a vacation. He looking good.
Yeah, don't get like Shannon Sharp and fucking think these hoes actually love you. Fucking idiot.
And Stephen A, shut the fuck up. It's too early. What are you doing? What are you doing? He did like a 26-minute shit on that. I was like, what the fuck? Why would you do that?
On his podcast?
Yeah, he did like a 26-minute rant on the whole Shannon Sharp shit. I'm like, shut the fuck up. It's way too early. Don't be saying shit.
Yeah,
Shannon ain't even saying shit. Yeah.
I mean, it'll probably work out, but I'd wait a little while.
No, wait just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alexander, go ahead.
I don't know if I can defend those texts. These texts are egregious here. Swerve in the future. I can't defend any of this shit. This is some heinous shit here. I love Shannon Sharp, but good lord.
Tough out here. We got Alexander Fitzgerald with a super chat donation. Thank you so much.
Thank
Alexander.
you. Fuck you. Bye.
Alexander says, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. That's Tupac. Yeah, this was the right time to play that one, so I'll give you 2 for the price of 1.
But don't push me. That's Tupac.
One of my favorites. Stokely has so many great lines in his AEW, even though he owns shorthand.
You raggedy bitch, obviously is up there. A champion that smells like Tom Ford, not Burger King and Newport's.
The Hardys matchup where he's like, Tony Khan, you will pay for your crimes.
God damn, I'm so glad he's back. Oh my god.
He's so good. So good. We got another super chat donation here from Chuck Berries. Chuck Berries, we're gonna run it back just for you because we happy. It's our boy. Our boy is back. Our boy Harlem Zone is back in AEW. Gotta show him something.
That's Tupac.
You know, you gotta explain to the wrestling fans. That's Tupac.
Just in case you ain't know. Chuck Berry says Rock and Roll Express still taking bumps at their age, while Shannon Sharp out here messing with 20-year-old white chicks. Senior citizens out here living their best life.
What the fuck? Oh, Shannon.
How could you, Shannon? Shannon, you was on top of the world. Wasn't he like sports entertainer of the year and shit?
Yeah, and fucking had a big contract coming up. I don't know if he signed it already, but he had one coming up. Holy, all for some fucking 20-year-old fucking loser. What are you doing? It's not even that hot. What's the matter with you? Lord.
Oh, this is another good one here. This is another good one by Frantic World. Dick Riding without a license. Yeah, that's a classic. I still remember that video. This Dick Riding without a license.
Without a license. God damn. Fuck's he been? What the fuck is going on? Come on, man.
Yeah, that Cat Williams interview took him to the next level. That's where he became like a pop culture icon.
Yeah. I don't know what he's gonna do now. I will say Jay-Z had the right idea. Like, I'm not selling shit. And when I get done, I'm suing this cocksucker. That's what Shannon should do. Because of what I would do. I don't care if we both go bankrupt. Fuck that. You can fuck with me again. You know.
Absolutely agree. Next matchup, we had the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, in their first AEW Dynamite match since October of last year, versus the newcomers of Kevin the Jet Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. This one had a fast start with Matthew and Bailey going at it, both trying super kicks at the same time, but they got tied up. So Nicholas came in and jumped in with a super kick of his own. We get a double back elbow by the Young Bucks as they hit their pose, but were cut off by double slingshot dives to the outside by Bailey and Knight. Back inside, the Bucks were able to gain control with some double teams as Bailey suffered a slingshot facebuster by Nicholas, who followed with a moonsault off the apron onto the Jet. The Bucks were in firm control as we went through break. Bailey battled back with machine gun kicks to Nicholas, and then the Insiguri allowing a hot tag to the Jet, who ran wild himself. We get a big time float over lariat on Matthew as Knight hit multiple corner splashes and a leaping UFO splash for a 2. We get a rolling DDT countered into the rolling Northern Light suplex from Matthew, even hitting a 2-for-1 on Bailey as well. We get a bounce back powerbomb on Knight as Nicholas rolled through. It's a double stomp into a backstabber on Bailey as the powerbomb was on Knight by Matthew. We get a head fake super kick into a DDT by Matthew on Bailey, and then Nicholas tagged in. He played to the crowd and asked if they want a super kick party. Everyone proceeded to hit super kicks. We get Bailey and Nicholas collided with dual ones. We get Matthew and Knight. They both kick up at the same time and do a double clothesline. Bailey and Nicholas kick up at the same time and do dueling corkscrew kicks at the same time. Amazing sequence there that had the crowd on fire, and this shit never slowed down from there. Nicholas hits a roundhouse kick on Knight, who answered with a picture perfect drop kick, as we get a chicken fight with both men on the shoulders, with Matthew on Bailey's shoulders and Knight on Nicholas' shoulders. Matthew was caught in the corner. Knight hits a huge standing Hurricane Rana as then a drop kick backstabber combo followed for a near fall. Nicholas suffered a high-low as Bailey and Knight went to the opposite sides of the ring. Bailey hit a massive moonsault on Matthew outside onto the floor as Knight followed with a springboard splash on Nicholas for a 2 count. We get a PK and then moonsault double knees by Bailey onto Nicholas as Knight goes off the top rope and hits the UFO splash, but Matthew's able to tackle Bailey into the pile to break up the cover. The Bucks looked to regroup outside, but Bailey and Knight were quick after them. We get them fighting on the barricade. Bailey was dropped as the Young Bucks hit a doomsday device off the barricade onto Knight. Back inside, Bailey was there to try a triangle moonsault, but the Bucks both catch him, and then Matthew holds on into the tombstone position as Nicholas runs the full length of the barricade and hits the Meltzer driver, taking out Bailey from this one. Back inside, Knight was able to dodge the EVP trigger. He hits a double Pele kick on both men and then a spike DDT at the same time. Referee Rick Knox is distracted as Ricochet runs down and cuts off Knight, who looks for his springboard lariat finisher. But Ricochet is kicked away. He trips up Knight though long enough for the Bucks to recover. They hit the EVP trigger on the Jet. 1, 2, 3. The Young Bucks win in their in-ring return here on Dynamite in an absolutely awesome matchup. This shit turned up into the third gear and it never slowed down. I love this match, and it had the crowd in New Orleans on fire, and I like the continuation of the Ricochet Kevin Knight feud that got heated up on Collision with the backstage segment. We saw Knight earlier in the show come out to make the save for Brisco, and then continue it here with Ricochet costing the Jet and Speedball this tag team matchup. So great stuff here. What did you think about this matchup? I literally messaged you after I saw this match. I was like, I love this match, but I have a feeling you hated it.
I can't quite go hate. This was fun nonsense. Unlike the opening segment, which was just nonsense, this was fun nonsense. It's one of those turn your suspension of disbelief on, and you can enjoy it, or be born fucking brain dead like Fitz, and you'll enjoy it. In particular, there's a spot that's fucking heinous where Speedball is sat on the middle rope, and he has to pretend to be dazed and confused because the spot is going to take forever. But because he's dazed and confused, how is he hanging on the middle rope? It's insanity. What are we doing?
Literally, you like an hour after this matchup, I'm like, I think this was a very good episode of Dynamite. You're like, I can't call it a very good episode because Speedball was hanging out on the middle rope for an hour.
It's like, what is he doing? And then I was like, oh, he's waiting. Oh, you poor bastard. You know it's gonna take a minute, didn't you? Oh, all right. Well, you stay there and wait.
I'm gonna blame the Young Bucks. I'm not blaming Speedball for that.
No.
Took too long to set up.
Look at his face. He's doing his best. This is some Roman Reigns acting here. Look at him.
He's like,
he's hung on the middle rope, holding on to like a dope. You poor fucking bastard. Jesus. Yeah, this was the fucking Transformers movie. Turn your brain off and watch the explosions. And be disgusted. That was fantastic. That was better than fucking Godfather Day. You see that? Just that shit. Yeah, all right, whatever.
I loved it. I loved it. It was awesome.
It was amazing. That should win the fucking Oscar right there. Right. All right. Let me go. Can I leave? Please?
I was like, I'm loving every minute of this, but Jimmy's like, oh.
Oh, ew. Yeah. Painless, usual Young Bucks fare. Though, like, I would say one of the better versions of Young Bucks fare.
Yeah. It feels like the Young Bucks are rejuvenated with their time off. This really felt like vintage Young Bucks instead of the Young Bucks that we saw in their AEW World Tag Team title run last year. For the large majority of it. It was towards the end where they picked things up a bit, but like for the majority of that run, they literally admitted in an interview that they were trying to have bad matches.
Right, because that's how that fucking works. Them and The Rock trying to convince me them and John Cena trying to convince me that the badness was all part of their plan. Please stop. I don't believe you.
It's all 3D chess, guys.
Have you seen some of these comments, by the way? I've seen it. It was like fucking somebody will go, I hated that fucking WrestleMania match. And some other asshole will go, well, then it worked then. Because that's
I hate those. I hate those shit so much with a passion. With the passion, dude. I was like, what are y'all even babbling about? What the fuck are y'all? Oh, he said he was gonna ruin wrestling, and he did.
Top tier shit there.
It's not how that works. It's not how that works. And I'm sad to inform you, you have drank the Kool-Aid, and you really believe this nonsense. This nonsense that John, you are using kayfabe terms to forgive an awful match.
That was bad, by the way. I can't wait to see this Orton match.
Oh my god, dude, we were talking about that on. He was like, it's all about the fucking it's all about the build. It's all for the build. The build is where it's at, but everything else after that, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough run.
Just give me KO and fucking Austin again. Like, just do that match. Just have it be bad. Stand and fucking fight. Please and thank you.
Oh man, God bless anyone who's looking forward to this Orton match because it's not gonna be good. It's all for the crowd. It's all for the crowd. It wasn't good. If it wasn't good in 2009, it's not gonna be good now.
Yeah. It's gonna be jarring. Whatever. Fuck it. I'll sell those tickets.
A lot of people seem to like this one in the chat. We got Alexander. He says this tag match, Chef's Kiss. This match is why I'm a fan of AEW.
That's why I took the shot.
Frantic World.
So that fucking comment. That's why I took the shot, by the way. I saw that fucking awful comment. Good Lord. That's what I'm saying. Really? Dad? You serious? You just watched Jamie Hayter, Statlander earlier, fucking Ricochet and fucking Mark Brisco. This one? Of course. Look at the pretty colors. All right. Now some more.
We got French. This was one where I like this show especially because I think that all the matches gave you something to like. This was like the wrestling smorgasbord where AEW is at his best, where every match is different from the last one.
Sure.
Frantic World says this tag match was so good. We got Annika who says this was like the Young Bucks know people were going to be down on Anarchy 3, so let's show them why it's a good idea with going ham in this match. Yeah, this match had no business being as good as it was. I will say that. I will say this was like the Young Bucks being like, you know what, we're going to go out here and have a way better match than people expecting.
I'm so confused. Am I the only one that expected this match?
I didn't expect them to go like that. The Young Bucks were smooth and they were still innovative. Even though you hate that spot was new. They usually do that whole setup in a different way than what they did here.
What the fuck are you? What is going on? I can't be the only one thinking this. It can't be just me. Like usually,
Big Man Dog probably there with you.
He's there with you. This time they sped up, then they went into the slow motion.
Alexander says just a great fast-paced trade wreck match, solid tag match. Kevin Knight and Speedball still look strong. Yeah, they didn't lose anything because it took Ricochet to get involved. So I will say that I've been loving Kevin Knight. I think he's made the most of all his opportunities, and I do like the fact that they seem to be protecting Speedball. He still has not been pinned in AEW so far.
Yeah, I was surprised by how much they were protected here. I'm not mad at it. I don't give a fuck, but I'm not mad at it.
So there you go. You got Big Man Dogs. He says, I appreciate the intent of matching 4 guys who have been prominent recently. Not enough to not skip, but I appreciate it.
I couldn't skip. I would have though. I fucking absolutely would. I know where this goes. I know Young Bucks win. I know there'll be a lot of flips. I know it's gonna get 5 stars. I'm gonna move on my fucking life before I have a heart attack.
Beyond says Young Bucks versus Speedball and Kevin Knight killed it. We got Big Man Dog talking about Cena and Orton saying I didn't even like it in 2009. Laughed my ass off. Even then I could tell it was pretty ass. They had one I literally got hit up by someone within the business who hit me up and be like, because I was positive about the segment at least on Raw, and I said the start of Monday Night Raw was a good start to one of the better starts to a Raw after WrestleMania in recent years, and they took me being positive on that segment as me being positive of the matchup, and they hit me up and it was like, see, Cena got y'all fooled. He was like, he's only had one good matchup with Orton, and it was the first one in 2007. I was like, he literally just wrestled a 1980s Hulk Hogan matchup with a 1997 Hollywood Hogan finish. So yes, I agree. It's not going to be good, but I'm here for the moments and the promos.
Yeah, they don't have good chemistry at all. Their styles don't match well. Yeah. So maybe it was dynamic. Damn, I can't even say that. I was gonna say maybe it was the dynamic changed. It'll work better, but it's 2025. It's over. The scene is done. And Orton's not facing Gunther. It's over. Sorry. No disrespect, sir.
Agreed. We go backstage to Renee Paquette, who is with our favorite, Timeless Toni Storm. Asks her for her thoughts on Kris Statlander versus Jamie Hayter. Storm tells them to rip their tits off if they must, but you're watching the featured presentation. Paquette brings up Storm appearing at the TCM Film Festival, and The Empire Strikes Back is going to be the film. Storm says one of her better lines in a promo, where she says, "There's not an empire big enough to strike this back." She's a lover and a fighter before she cucks around Hollywood this weekend and yanks Bill Mankiewicz. She has an announcement and says, "Attention, slop tarts. There will be a title eliminator performance this Saturday on Collision." As Queen Aminata quickly walks in and says that she loves to fight and the Queen is back, and Storm says, "Let's make cinema." So it is official. There will be an AEW Women's World Title Eliminator matchup. Timeless. Toni Storm goes one-on-one with Queen Aminata. This is only, I think, the second match that they've had with each other. The first one was the infamous Toni becomes Mariah matchup from earlier this year.
Yeah, this is what it was. Queen Aminata doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry, I'm over it. Over it. She calls herself a queen, number one. She's not very high on the total bowl. That's number one. That's number one. Number two, this new look she's got. This is a story of how the queen is becoming more and more homogenized the longer she spends in America. I'm bothered by it. First, it was like these braided dreads, and then it was like this terrible blonde wig, and now it's this even more Americanized version. I'm over it. I'm sorry. Your name's Aminata. What the fuck are we doing? I'm over it. I'm disgusted. I'm getting this beat down by the system. Poor lady. I'm over it.
Fair enough.
Next
we get the... How many shots are we going to take at Shannon Sharp?
I'll give Swerve a break this week. Let's take it out on Shannon.
Fair enough. Next we get the Hurt Syndicate, the AEW World Tag Team Champions. And they came up to a big ovation, people saying, "We hurt people," of course. MVP told the crowd that this is an official announcement from the Hurt Syndicate. He says, on behalf of Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley, they're so good at hurting people. Every single team they've beaten haven't been seen since. He then says the Gates of Agony won't be seen in the near future after being hurt by them last week, but they have a bright future. Just now is not their time. MVP hands over the mic to Bobby Lashley, but before he can talk, we go backstage to MJF pulling up to the arena with a snazzy new ride. He tells an attendant to keep it running and hands him his keys before he says, "Here's your tip," and he hits him in the nuts, calling him a douche. MJF makes his way down to the ring, which Bobby Lashley doesn't look pleased about. He gets on the mic and he says, "We all know they had a good time last week. And if they want to have a good time the rest of their lives, all he needs is 3 thumbs up." MVP gives him a thumbs up while Benjamin slowly puts his thumbs in the middle and then gives him a thumbs up, which MJF is very pleased about. MJF goes to give Shelton a hug, but he stops him. He then says that he didn't give him a thumbs up because of a bunch of broads and a watch, but because of MVP. Don't forget that. MJF says, "We all love Montel, just like we all love our friend Bob." MJF told Lashley if he's in the syndicate, they will all have all the gold in the world. But some things he brings to the table that Lashley doesn't. MJF says he knows this place more than anyone and cuts corners better than anyone. Taz says that's a shoot on commentary, which was hilarious. And if they let MJF into the syndicate, they will run wrestling. Bobby Lashley puts his thumbs in the middle, but MJF says, wait. He's been a little bit prickly towards Lashley in recent weeks, but he will tell Bob 2 words he's never said before. He really had to fight to get it out, but he ultimately says, "I'm sorry." And then he looks like Wendy Williams about to pass out. Right as Bobby Lashley was about to give a thumbs down, MJF stopped him and said the car that he drove to the arena is Lashley's if he gets a thumbs up. Lashley asks to see the keys, but MJF says that they're in the back, so let's go and take a walk. Everyone heads to the back with MJF. MJF tells the crowd that they're as tough to look at as they are lovely, so he leaves them adieu. Commentary talks about how MJF sees the path to the AEW World Title through the Hurt Syndicate, which was a nice little tidbit from commentary, which usually isn't there. So we're gonna thank Ian Riccaboni for that one. We go backstage as MJF hands Lashley the keys to the car. As Lashley and Benjamin, they get in. MJF says, yeah, just test that leather interior. See that? He says all he needs is a thumbs up. As Bobby Lashley puts the keys in the engine, he looks like he's going to pull up, but he puts his thumbs in the middle and then proceeds to give MJF a thumbs down and drives away, stealing his car. MJF has to be calmed down by MVP, who reminds him to give the people what they want, as MJF calms and through his teeth says he hopes Bob enjoys the car. Best storyline in AEW right now. The fact that MJF's whole character is he will not just wrestle to get the world title, he has to get in the Hurt Syndicate, and he's trying every bribe possible to get in the Syndicate because that's his pathway to the title. I think it's just a genius thing for a heel character in wrestling that I don't remember a heel character going through this many hoops to get to a world title without wrestling a damn matchup.
That is pretty great. All things considered. Considering how good MJF is in kayfabe, he's beaten Dragon in an Iron Man match pretty clean. He's beaten lots of people clean. He just refuses. He's lazy. It's fantastic. This segment was ridiculous. Cartoonish, but I gotta be honest, I did kind of love it. The idea of Bobby Lashley stealing a car is hilarious. MJF is in an odd position in AEW because AEW's got an overly smarky audience. So he's never going to be fully booed. He just isn't. He's too entertaining for that. And we were right back into the predicament we were last time he was on TV regularly, which is he's kind of a babyface at this point. It's kind of an issue. What do you do about it? I don't know. Right now, as long as he's continuously against the Hurt Syndicate or off with them in some way, should be good. I enjoyed it. This was good, stupid fun.
Yeah. Undeniably entertaining. But the thing that I think is going to get him back on the heel path is the fact that he still is feuding with the person who never. This is like his character trait. This man right here never finishes a feud with anybody. As we go backstage to Renee Paquette interviewing Hangman Adam Page, who screamed that the minute that he sees Kyle Fletcher, he's putting his ass down. But then MJF strolls in and he says that Page's new haircut looks like he met his wife at a family reunion. He then says that Page responds though and says that MJF has something, unless MJF has something of substance to add, he needs to get in his car. But he says, oh no, oh wait, your car just got stolen. MJF laughs and says that it's funny. Guy enters the Owen Hart tournament and someone strolls in through the back door thanks to the Hurt Syndicate to become a 2-time world champion before he does. Paige says that MJF doesn't know anything about the back door and MJF couldn't hang with him in the ring and couldn't hang with him in the Owen, just like he couldn't hang with him at Revolution. MJF called Paige an idiot who acts high and mighty since he beat him, but reminds Paige that they are just 1-1. And if they fight again, he'll send Paige back to the glue factory. If Paige makes it to the finals of the Owen, he'll do what he does best, choke. MJF leaves and Paige screamed that he has something for MJF to choke on, dumbass. I love these two's dynamic. These two, the fact that these two are still feuding, it's amazing to me. Like, Hangman never knows how to end a feud. This man holds more grudges than Stephen A. Smith. Like, this is ridiculous. Or like Skip Bayless. Oh my God. He doesn't know how to end a feud with anybody. Like, he's still feuding with Swerve. He still has issues with the Elite. He's still feuding with MJF. And their dynamic, this was one of my favorite segments of the whole entire show. I just love their dynamic together and how they interact. This was great. What did you think?
Yeah, this was really good. They've got great character chemistry together. I gotta be honest, when this thing started, I was like, oh boy, Hangman's doing the angry thing. I'm so unimpressed by this. Here comes MJF, and all of a sudden it all clicks. It's just really good. Even the ending with Hangman yelling because he just can't let something go. He can't let MJF get the last word. He's got to get this one off. It just works. It's great. I love this. I don't know if I want to see another match, but I do love this.
Yeah. I think the next time they face each other, it should probably be for the AEW World Championship, but maybe that's down the road. Maybe that's down the road. Down the road after MJF's done with all this Hurt Syndicate nonsense, which is always entertaining. We got in the chat, Davion says Grand Theft Auto on AEW Dynamite. Not the first time, probably not the last time.
I wouldn't imagine.
We also got Christopher, who also popped like I did, saying that's a shoot. Pop me, yes, it did. It popped me as well. I'm guessing the Sid and the SP was for my Wendy Williams shot. Sorry, I apologize. We got also Alexander, who says that the crowd chanting "Say you're sorry" had me in tears. They just have fun dynamic, the Hurt Syndicate and MJF segments, and it always gets a lot of crowd participation involved in it as well. Last week and this one.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Hurt Syndicate has a fantastic kind of presence about themselves. They look like statues compared to most people, MJF included. So MJF's kind of frantic energy, it just kind of works as they all stand there, kind of staring at this nut. It's great.
Oh, this is a great comparison. Great Carter second says MJF and Hangman are the Matt and Fists of AEW TV.
It's very true. If Charlie Cox is Matt Murdock, if Charlie Cox was he's a fantastic character, by the way. And he's a fantastic actor. If he was an awful actor, he would be Hangman Page, yes.
Fantastic character, awful actor, yes. he's Matt Murdock, but he's played by Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck in 2003, to be fair. He got better. He got better. Yes. We got Chuck Berry says, damn, it's like Hangman versus the world at this point. Who is Hangman not feuding with? He got like 3 or 4 different feuds going on. That's why a lot of people say he's the main character of AEW. He has so many grudges, and he holds on to so much feuds. It's ridiculous.
Very true.
Christopher Kate says, I'm glad AEW is getting better balancing the right in-ring and backstage moments. I'd say the last 2 weeks they've done pretty well with that.
Sure. But I'm closer with Bill on this. This episode's just fine. I'm with you. These niggas are glazing it. It is what it is. We'll deal with it. We only got like half an hour to go. Hang in there.
This guy.
It actually gets great after
This guy, always the hater. We got up next tag team action. Will Osprey teaming up with Brody King to versus the Don Callis families, Konosuke Takeshita and Josh Alexander. We got Alexander, of course, and Takeshita coming out with Don Callis, who joins the commentary team. So the commentary went from good with Ian to great with Callis. I love Callis.
Goddamn right.
Alexander got the upper hand early on, going up against Osprey, who responded by firing off a quick Hurricane Rana and a tag to Brody King. Double shoulder block to Alexander as Takeshita was slammed onto his partner, and then King basically launches Osprey onto both men, stacking them up. He then starts firing off chops onto Alexander in the corner. Takeshita tripped up King, though, and then he trapped Osprey in the ropes, allowing Alexander to attack on the outside as Callis got some cheap shots in and then snuck back to the commentary table. Back from break, we get Osprey hitting a double handspring Pele kick to be able to make the hot tag to Brody King. Brody comes in with a series of clotheslines and backdrops dished out. King followed with a big dive to the floor, and then Alexander was stacked on top of Takeshita against the barricade, and he hits his running crossbody. Back inside, Osprey tags in. King had Takeshita in a fireman's carry, and then double foot stomp by Osprey, while King hit a DVD onto his partner's knees. King went outside after Alexander as Osprey avoided a blue thunder bomb, but was met with a massive right hand. Osprey tried a springboard, but Takeshita catches him in midair with a wild-looking blue thunder bomb at this point for a 2 count. We then get Alexander and King tag in as Alexander wanted a power driver, but King spun out and rolling elbow and a huge lariat for a 2 count. We get a cannonball in the corner, but then Archer ran distraction on referee Bryce Rensburg, allowing Takeshita to get a cheap shot in. Osprey took out Archer with a dive to the outside. Back inside, Takeshita dodged a pip cheerio, and Alexander caught Osprey in midair with a forearm, and then followed up with a big power bomb onto him as well. Takeshita decked King with a haluva kick as Alexander hits a rolling German suplex. He and Takeshita hit rolling elbows, but only get a 2 count on King. Then Takeshita hits the power drive knee, and then Alexander uses Takeshita to get help to hit the C4 spike on Brody King. Look brutal there as they spiked him down. 1, 2, 3. Josh Alexander picks up the win for the Don Callis family here. Post-match, Osprey tries to save his partner as the Callis family start laying kicks in onto Brody, but then Archer comes in and he delivers a massive choke slam to Osprey. With Osprey and King down, Kyle Fletcher salters down the aisle to come into the ring to get in his former mentor and rival's face, until Hangman Adam Page, who told Fletcher that it's on site whenever he sees him. He came down to his music. He power walks to the ring, but from behind, the other members of the Don Callis family, Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero, Roppongi Vice, they attack from behind. Taz said that the Callis family simply have too many guys right now as they threw Page into the ring. The family put on a 6-on-3 beatdown onto all the baby faces, with Page eating a brainbuster from Fletcher prior to their semifinals matchup in the Owen Hart Cup coming up next week on AEW Dynamite. What did you think about this one here?
Good match. I knew what was going to happen once we got to look at the roster here, because Alexander already took a pin. Takeshita can't take another pin. And Will Ospreay is the golden child. So that only leaves Brody, poor bastard, who is about 6 inches and 50 pounds too much to be featured in AEW. So he's forced to take the pin here. Poor fucking bastard. Maybe he should bounce himself on the middle rope, get some more respect in this bitch. That aside, this was a fun match. This to me was the better of the 2 tag matches, and I am big on the Callis family. Don Callis, the actual main character in AEW. Really? Yes. And he's great at everything. I would have this group replace Moxley's group. I would say my kayfabe reason would be he was waiting until he had enough members, and now he does. And now we're gonna get rid of Moxley. Take a spot.
I can't say you're wrong. This group, I've said it for weeks now. I've said the Don Callis family is the best faction in AEW right now. It's not even close. It's not even close. I agree. This company would be in so much better shape if the Callis family took over the top spot over Moxley and the Death Riders.
Right? At least Callis' motivations, I understand. He's a fucking worm who wants fucking as much power as he can. Ta-da. Oh, the great Kris for service purpose. Didn't he lose to fucking Josh Alexander? He's not ahead of Josh Alexander. Would you all shut up? Enough of this Brody King disrespect. I'm so annoyed. I'm not dealing with this shit. I agree. You know, Brody King did right. He's got to take a pin. Somebody's got to take a pin. out.
Brody King was the one in this matchup where I was like, I know he's probably the one who's going to take this loss, but he shouldn't. You got to put some respect on Brody King. He should have a much bigger push than he has. He's so good. So good.
Right? I got to be honest. I kind of like Trent and Rocky in this group. You got two people to take pins. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lost takers here.
Now you don't always have to have Archer be the one who takes pins, which he should. now he can just be the heavy. He's the heavy. He's the enforcer of the group, where you have the 3 stars of Fletcher, Takeshita, and Alexander.
That's insane. I thought you were gonna say Fletcher, Takeshita, and fucking Callis. Fucking Josh Alexander. Would you stop it? Get headgear out of here. Knock it off.
Why do you hate him so much? Great match. I agree. This was a great match.
Yes.
I agree.
Did you like the other match, or which tag match did you think was better?
I'll take the Young Bucks one a little bit,
of course,
because it did get up to a different level. It had the crowd hotter. I love this.
I had the crowd hotter. Well. I love that. But when is that a reason? Had the crowd hotter. You know what? It had more people that agree with me. No, that's not how that works. It was better because other people thought it was good. What planet is this? No. Absolutely not.
Hey. You know, I like what I like. I like what I like. I like both of those. I like both of these matches. I love both of these matches. Like I said, this was a great in-ring night for AEW. Overall, all 4 matches on this show were very good to great.
Okay.
He's so mad.
This is bait. This is fucking bait. I'm telling you why. Because fucking last week you compared the shit to Kurt Angle, right? For Friend of the World did. You compared Josh Alexander to Kurt Angle, which is an egregious affront to all things holy in the world. Pope just died, and this is even more blasphemous than that. And then he didn't even back up his statements. And then this week he says the same shit. I'm not falling for this time. I'm getting together. Nobody fucking thinks he's fucking Kurt Angle. You don't either. Please knock it off.
Oh my god, I love it. You're so funny. Christopher Kids, you're right. If you like King, you should like Alexander too.
What kind of insane statement is that? Why? Please explain this awful horseshit. What does it even mean? They both feature similar things. It's like saying if you like WWE, you should like AEW. Or if you like AEW, you should like WWE. They're not the same thing. What are you talking about? You can like both, but you shouldn't. What do you mean? You have to? What the fuck are you babbling about? Ugh.
Oh, man. And I agree with this, Davion. Yeah. Death Riders would be third on that list out of all 3 of those factions. He says Don Callis family and Hurt Syndicate better than the Death Riders. 100%.
Easily. Relative easy.
It's not even close. I might take Paragon over them if they had a better name. But next up, we had the main event, the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Semifinals matchup. Jamie Hayter going one-on-one with Kris Statlander. This was the Jimmy Macram dream match of the tournament so far. You get early on, both women tried to showcase their power, and then they collided with a big double shoulder tackle, neither budging. They shrugged it off as Hayter sent Statlander crashing into the corner and followed with a drop kick off the second rope for a near fall. Statlander answered with a roll through, sending Hayter face first into the corner, but was sent to the apron after a charge. Both ladies brawled on the apron as Statlander caught Hayter with a big boot and then swept out the leg. She then goes for this ridiculous looking moonsault off the apron. Hayter moves out the way and Statlander crashes and burns hard. Hayter dabbed sweat off her brow as we return from commercial break, and we have a slugfest between the two. They're going back and forth. Statlander ducked an enziguri into a German suplex for a 2 count. We get a dragon sleeper applied with a body lock, but Hayter is able to tilt that into a pinning attempt for 2. Ultimately escaping into a head scissors, Statlander powers to her feet, getting her on her shoulders, and then drops her face first out of that position, and then hits a meteora to the back of the head. We get Statlander 1 Saturday Night Fever, but Hayter is able to fire off some thrust kicks and an enziguri. We get a battle between the two as we get Hayter hitting a pop-up power bomb and then a roll through, rolls her through, but Hayter's able to spun out and hits the hate breaker for a double down as the crowd is into this one at this point. We get Statlander dodges a Haterade into a spinning suplex as she goes up top and hits a 450 splash. She almost over rotated and missed her, but she only gets a 2 count here. Statlander went up to the ropes again, but Hayter's able to cut her off. She gets a cutter off, and then Statlander tries to leap off, but Hayter's got wrist control. She gets her with a lariat coming off of the top rope, plants her hard, and then picks her up, hits the Haterade, taking Statlander's head off. This was one of the best Haterades that she hit since she switched up the move a bit. She gets the 1, 2, 3. Jamie Hayter is moving on to the finals of the AEW Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament Finals, where she meets TBS champion Mercedes Moné on Sunday, May 25th at Double or Nothing. The celebration was cut short when Mercedes Moné comes out to the stage. She stands by the Owen Hart Foundation trophy. Moné poses and did her dance as her music plays, but then Hayter tried to come to get her to come to the ring, but Moné didn't bite. Moné's music ends, and then Hayter's kicks back in, which Mercedes was not pleased to hear, it seems, as Hayter stood tall center ring. And we actually end Dynamite on time. A rare occasion. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, oh shit, this might end on time. But it is official. Another big match for Double or Nothing. The first match really official for Double or Nothing. It will be in the Owen Hart Cup Women's Tournament Finals. Jamie Hayter 1-on-1 with Mercedes Moné. First time ever. The winner goes on to All In Texas to verse the AEW Women's World Champion. I like the graphic for Double or Nothing as well. It's pretty cool. I dig it. But what do you think about this matchup? This match was great as well. I loved it. It was a lady hoss fight in the best way possible. Straight up banger. What did you think about Hayter and Statlander?
Great match. I knew it would be. I think everybody knew it would be. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Hayter won as clean as she did. It was like super clean. This was splendid. Now, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I know where this goes. It's not pretty, as far as I'm concerned. But it was fun having it here. Hayter appears to be at least on her way back to her previous position of main event female performer. Stat's fine. I won't say she's made, because she's not even really a main eventer, but her spot is like solidified. She almost can't move, no matter how many she wins or loses. It's kind of sad, but it was great. This is the match tonight. Oh, spoiler alert. I know you guys probably took some points off for the lack of flips, but I'm going to add points for the lack of flips, if you don't mind. The women, the more manly of the species, fucking clearly. Good Lord.
This was the more hard-hitting physical matchup on the show, for sure.
Goddamn right.
But yeah, I love this matchup as well. This was I said it to you. This was a great week for women's wrestling in North America. From last Wednesday with Mercedes and Athena at Spring Breakthrough. You had WrestleMania weekend, Io, Rhea, and Bianca stealing the show in one of the best women's matches of the year. Then you get Stephanie Becerra's debut on Monday Night Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania. You get Roxanne Perez and Julia Rhea showing up as well. Rhea Ripley's involved. Io Sky's involved in all of that. Then you get Stephanie and Roxanne on NXT in the main event. And then you also had Collision last week that had the ladies in the main event. And then you get the ladies in the main event here. Back-to-back shows for AEW with the women in the main event. So great. One of the greatest weeks ever for North American women's wrestling. So loved it.
Yeah, and all that. I won't break it down. We'll just say it was great. Everybody involved. Everybody's doing good. Yes. I won't say that they're still underutilized in both companies. I'm not going to say that because that's bringing people down.
That would be right. That would be true, though.
It is what it is, right? Ain't it? Please and thank you.
We got a bunch of comments enjoying the matchup and other things about it. We got Big Man Doug says, I'm not sure how I feel about Hayter versus Mercedes at Double or Nothing, not at All In. He says, I'd prefer Hayter turning heel versus Tony. Yeah, I mean, that was my whole idea. That's who I predicted at the start of the tournament. I thought Hayter should win and she should turn heel before she faces Timeless Tony Storm, because Timeless Tony Storm was the person that basically injured her, was credited with injuring her before she had her long layoff. And now she comes back to a whole new AEW where she's the most popular star, and they both embrace a different era, one from the 1950s, the other from the 1970s. It kind of works in juxtaposition. And then we can have two big matches, women's matches at All In, because Mercedes can then face Athena in a rematch for all the titles, for another title for her anyway. So I think that would be the best way to spread things out. I do fear, though, I think I would have more confidence if Statlander had won, that Statlander would beat Mercedes at Double or Nothing. The fact that this is first time ever, and the fact that Tony versus Mercedes is the biggest women's matchup they could possibly do, I do fear that Mercedes winning at Double or Nothing.
I don't fear that at all. I know that's going to happen. That's what it is. I don't fear the sun coming up either. Give me all the story you want. And then because Triple H ran him over, then it's Triple H and Austin at Mania, and you do Rock and no. Forget all your explanation. It's Rock and Austin. Sorry. It's going to be fucking Mercedes and Tony, even though I really don't want that. Mercedes going to go over Jamie Hayter. How many people is she going to go over? I don't want people who think she should be losing constantly, but don't put fucking Hayter in that spot to lose. I don't want it in my life. Please and thank you. You could just gave Mercedes a shot. Fuck, we haven't this tournament before.
We're gonna put all the women's titles in one matchup. That means we're only gonna get one women's match at All In Texas.
That sounds right. That sounds exactly right. Good job. Nailed it.
I am excited for Hayter versus Mercedes. That should be fucking fantastic at Double or Nothing.
Oh, it'd be a great match. What would be good some matches against Statlander? That I don't know. Stat's kind of stepped up a notch for me. She's gonna put some distance with herself and Mercedes versus the rest of the AEW field.
Yeah. We got Davion says women's wrestling has been killing it. We also got Christopher Kidd. He says, I think AEW can have more than one big women's match at All In this year, just like last year. Monet versus Mercedes versus Athena, Hayter versus Tony, Willow and Stat versus Bane and Ford. Because why the fuck not? Now you're going too far. Two.
What's that?
I'm with you on the two. Now you're stretching it too thin. No, we got to understand what company we're talking about here.
I'm glad you said it. Yeah. Why the fuck not? I'll tell you why not. Fucking vaginas. It's too many. Like it's 8. It's 8 vaginas and one shit. We're not doing it. They're not doing it. I'm sorry. That's way too many.
He's like, no, I'm looking at my list. That's way too many vaginas. That's more than I've seen in my life.
I can see Tony Khan right now. It smells like fish back here.
I'm sorry. I gotta give you.
Joking.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Wow, that was outrageous. All right. of AEWramble this week. Appreciate y'all for joining us live. Final call for super chat donations if you want to show us some love. But of course, if how we do on here is let us know what you think. So let us know your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, whether you gave this show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give last night's show? From me and Jimmy for the April 23rd, 2025 edition of AEW in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give this show?
What did I give last week? A 9? 7.5. I really enjoyed the main event and the opener and the second tag. I'm not gonna forget Master P was here. That was awful. I'm not gonna forget Speedball Bailey. You know what? I give it 8. We'll give it 8. MJF was great too. Give it 8.
See, we're on the same. We're always on the same page. Where you give 1 score and I go half higher. I'm gonna go 8.5. This is an 8.5. Last week I gave it a 9.5. This week I'll give it an 8.5. It's a step down.
Last week a 9.5. Good Lord.
9.5.
I said enough about that last week. What the fuck?
I had to do my due diligence. I was originally going to go with 9, but I was like, nah, we got to keep the streak of me going a half a point higher than you. So I'm going to go 9.5 for last week. That's an all-timer. This one is a really good episode. Like I told you, a really good episode. Just a smudge behind being a great episode, which is a 9 out of 10. This was a really good episode. Liked a lot of it. I enjoyed the hilarity and the chaos of the opening segment a little bit more than you, so I can understand the difference of opinion there. But yeah, this was a strong follow-up to last week's episode. So again, I loved all the in-ring work. I loved a lot of the segments as well and promos. So good stuff from AEW this week. What was your match of the night, Jimmy?
Oh, Hayter and Statlander. Hard hitting to, we'll say all-stars, though Hayter, I wouldn't say it's quite back there yet. Great shit all around.
We got a super chat donation here from Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander, for the support, brother.
You prick!
Alexander says, laugh my fucking ass off, laughing face emoji. I can see TK saying, it smells like fish out here.
I kid. I've never had one that smelled like fish, ever. I wonder if this is just an old wives' tale.
No.
You have? Oh, you have? Oh my God!
My college years, it was a bad time.
Oh, I actually wearing spandex in the summer.
We also another super chat donation here from LeVay. Thank you so much, LeVay, for the support. We appreciate you.
He wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless,
LeVay says, Jimmy for the win. Indeed. Appreciate you, Jimmy. Appreciate you. They appreciate you, LeVay, as well. We got a bunch of scores here in the chat. My match of the night, I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks.
Don't do this to women. No.
Versus, don't worry, I'm gonna give them their love and support, but I'm going Young Bucks versus Speedball and Kevin the Jet Knight. Loved it. MVP for the show, Jimmy.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go with MJF. 2 great segments in the show. He's back to no form. Good job. Though I will go back to wearing lifts because them niggas looked gigantic next to you. What the fuck was that?
I'm gonna go with Jamie Hayter. I did predict her to win the right hand side of the bracket, but I was still surprised by the result because we said it last week when we reviewed Collision that tag team matchup felt like it was a red herring that Statlander was going to win. So it was surprising when she took her head off with the Hater Raid and won. So
good.
We got some 8s in the chats. We got an MVP for Stokely, which is a good shout as well. He's an honorable mention for me. Annika gives it a 9 out of 10. We got Louisville, who gives it an 8 out of 10. Solid show, was not bored. We got Christopher, who gives it 8.275. We got an 8.5 from Alexander. We got
Lord.
O Nutty, who gives it a 7.5. We got match of the night for Power Drive Finisher is the main event. For Big Man Dogs, he gives it a 7.75. We got Bell, who gives it a 7 out of 10. Again, Mania Burnout, but some good matches. We got Craig Carter, who gives it an 8 out of 10. Davion gives it an 8 out of 10. LeVay gives it an 8.5 and an 8 out of 10 for 8 out of 10, but 0.75 extra for the cheeks. Match of the night. Hayter versus Statlander.
Lord. Rice, take it easy. Fucking Gooner over there.
Who is your LVP for the show, Jimmy?
Fucking SP3 for giving match of the night to these motherfuckers. How dare you? I'm with you, King Potato. Absolutely. Man hates women, clearly. Clearly, I'm with you. Absolutely.
Y'all are outrageous.
Goddamn shame.
Y'all motherfuckers are. I literally just gave MVP to Jamie Hayter, and y'all still
finding out about Roman and just like finding out about Roman and Trump. You're like, wow. Damn.
I hate you. Shame. I hate y'all all. I hate y'all all. I hate Jimmy and I hate y'all all.
I'm gonna give it to this fucking crowd. They were not responding to Stokely in the appropriate fashion, which is cheers and or laughter. Instead, they went with weird kind of silence. Boo. Boo.
I was gonna say Master P, but I laughed. I laughed at the punches. I laughed at the punches. I'm trying to think. What did I not like on this show? I liked pretty much everything.
Fair enough, I guess.
I was gonna say MJF for getting his car stolen. I might have to go kayfabe for this one. Yeah, so I'm gonna go kayfabe for MJF getting his car stolen. But yeah. That was our review.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, Brody. That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
Yeah.
I'll go Brody. You're right, Big Man Dogs. Thanks for convincing me. I'll go Brody here. But yeah, honorable MVP to Ian Riccaboni. Commentary so much better with him. Jimmy, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media when they'll see you again.
Twitter at Jimmy Macram and on YouTube at Jimmy Macram, where we watch television shows and movies, including Daredevil, with me and SP3. Just about wrapping it up. Should be done by the end of the month.
There you have it. Go check it out. Some great stuff. 5 and 6 is up on Jimmy's channel right now. I'll be live on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment on Sunday to review the finale from last week. I think I will be joined by Corey Brennan, so join us for that one on Sunday. I'll also be here Sunday to review Dark Side of the Ring, catching up on that as well. But I will be live with you tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, with our TNA Rebellion previewing TNA's big show this Sunday. Joe Hendry versus Ethan Page versus Frankie Kazarian in the main event for the TNA World Championship. And yeah, we might see Tessa Blanchard win the Knockouts World Championship against Masha Slamovich. Dear God, what's going to happen? Me and Jimmy will be back with you next Thursday to review some more AEW Dynamite. Appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Either way, show your appreciation back. Drop the thumbs up. Comment down below if you're watching us on demand. But for me and Jimmy, it is me, your True Hill Phenom E3. This has been AEWramble, episode 195. Bet on Hate. We will see you next.